We're going to look at some of the software features of Adapt Energy and how the dashboard can be used to manage what's going on, and you got a lot of visibility into what's happening with the power in the home. Now, as you see here, we're actually feeding the grid just a little bit, but you're going to see that change ever so slightly and continually. You're also going to notice that the solar production's a little over 7,000 watts, but the home's consumption is a little over 8,000 watts. What this is going to mean is the battery is actually going to make up the difference. So battery is going to discharge at 1,100 watts to make up that difference. If I wanted to right now, I could say, you know, I really want to keep more backup reserve, so I'm going to raise this to say I want the battery to be at 100%. Now, by doing that, what this is going to do is it's going to stop the battery from discharging, and we're going to basically take the rest now from the grid. You can also take a look at your solar production in a much grander fashion. We can have some power profile control. So if we do want to lower our consumption or make a change to the energy profile in the home, it's a very simple thing by pressing one of these power profiles. We have that visibility into what's going on with the whole home in terms of the power from the grid, the actual battery and what it's doing, as well as solar power. So here you can see that the total consumption is a little over 8,000 watts. The battery is discharging at around 3,800 to make up the difference, and then solar production's around 7,000. Now, there's further visibility once you get into the usage area of Adapt Energy. You can actually see what's happening to each individual solar array. Now, I have 4 arrays in this home, and so each one of those is showing me individually how much power we're producing. As you look down here a little deeper, you're going to notice there's a lot more information about the consumption of the home. So on the dashboard, you can see the overall consumption, but once you get into usage, you can get really granular, and you can see visibly every little thing that you want to in terms of how much power an individual thing might be using. So for instance, right now, the kitchen ceiling lights, they're using 65 watts. So those lights that are on behind me are using 65 watts. When you come over to the breakers page, this is not only going to give you visibility into an individual circuit breaker's power, but also give you the ability to control it. You can turn it on and turn it off. So if I wanted to, I could say turn off the electric vehicle charger or the hot water heater, and that will shut off that circuit breaker, and it'll also mean I'm not drawing any power for that breaker. One of the other beauties of Adapt Energy is automation. Our schedule allows you to manage the power in the home based on a time or even an astronomical clock. So let's say you wanted to have something shut off at sunset. A great thing to shut off is your solar. I actually have a schedule already set up, and you can see here that Monday through Friday, I'm shutting off my solar right at sunset. Why might I want to do that? Well, your inverters actually take power. And even though there's no sunlight, they're on and they're still doing their job, or at least trying to. So in my case, by shutting those off, I remove about 30 to 80 watts of phantom power all night long. And then of course, our schedule does what you might expect at sunrise. It turns them right back on. So this way, I'm not wasting power. It's another great thing about Adapt Energy is being able to really hone in on exactly what the best thing for you regarding power is. There are further settings that you can get into, and you can manage those power profiles where we can decide what we're going to turn on and what we're going to turn off. And I can add more phone numbers here for text notifications. These text notifications are going to be for grid loss and for severe weather and a few other features like the surge protector. If something were to go wrong there, you'd get a text message. Another wonderful feature of Adapt Energy is weather reporting. So not only do we actually poll NOAA and NWS for weather updates and weather alerts, we also give the end user the ability to see a weather forecast and also the current weather happening in and around the home. So you can see the current weather here on the dashboard, but if you simply press here, you're going to be able to look at an hourly view where you can actually see what your weather is going to be like. It's going to be a great day today. and you can see a forecast. Looks like we've got some severe weather coming tomorrow and the next day. And that forecast can take us pretty deep. We're going up to October 20th from October 11th, so get a good few days ahead. There's some additional information where we can see our wind and our humidity and precipitation and pressure and UV index. The UV index is kind of nice. Gives you an idea of what your sunlight's really like for that day. And then of course back to that hourly. So to be able to see this in a forecast is kind of nice. That gives us some level or understanding of what's coming in the future.